This video is on a bunch of leashes and collars. This is a martingale collar, martingale choker collar. See how easy this is? You just slip it, stay, stop, I know. Oh my goodness. Just slip it overhead. And I could not do this one-handed with a nylon collar. You'll see this later in the video. It's not really about this. It's about these collars and leashes from Sisters Outlaw. This is the Etsy shop, right there we go. Nope, blurry, clear. Sisters Outlaw, Kathy and Nancy, they give you a nice little note when you buy stuff. And you can see how nice this sits. I know you don't get what I'm doing here, but there we go. Can you look the other way? This collar just sits so nicely. It's got this rugged kind of look to it. I love it. And here's the poop bag. So, yep, poop bag. On this one, you have to buy this little poop bag holder separately. Come up. Hey. Anyway, if you would like to listen to me talk about leashes and collars for the next 20 minutes, this video is for you. Lacey's going nuts because she thinks that she's going for a walk. But what's really happening is I want to show you all these leashes. Let me put them up on the couch here. I'll show them to you. I know how much of a mess this looks, but let me try to sort through it and tell you why I bought so many and give you a close-up of how cool they are. So that one's there. We've got this dark brown one and a black one. Okay, so there we go. So we've got this retractable, which is the Flexi, and not really what this video is about, but I love this thing. It's 25 feet, and I wanted to buy her a martingale collar, which is one of these choker collars that only goes down to a certain point. And you do have to provide the right measurements because they're custom made. You can order them with different little prints. I like the paw prints on the black ones, and then I'll show you the other ones have different rivets. These are called something. I don't know what they're called. I call them rivets. But I ended up with these multiple colors because we'll keep these in different places. One will stay in the car, one will stay at one house, one will stay at another house. And the company that makes the little poop bags offered the poop bags in two different colors, this darker brown and black. And then this was their natural color. So you can't really see the difference, but this one I oiled to match this darker leash. This one came in black, and this one is the color that they make it in. I could probably use another coat of oil on this one. But that kind of started the might as well get 3 leashes in 3 different colors because it matches the poop bags. Then I accidentally ordered this one. These are all 3/4 with 1-inch chokers, and I accidentally ordered this 3/8 choker. So I figured, what the heck, I'll just order the leash in the same 3/8, and Lacey, yes you, will go in the freaking pool sometimes if we let her out there. So if I do take her out in the back, I decided to hang this right over here, and the curtain covers it. And this is the backyard leash. So that was really a mistake, but I found a use for it, and I liked the Etsy seller so much, and she was so accommodating that there was no way I was gonna ask to return anything. So that's why I ended up with that one. So this is what I wanna show you, how simple these leashes are. So this one is like a rose, and it matches the leash. These are stainless steel. And all it is one, on this one, it's one loop. And on the leash, it's braided differently. So this one, in my opinion, is a little bit more feminine. So this is the one that my wife uses for work. They're 6 feet long, I think. Whatever the listing says. I'm not sure how long they are. I think they're 6 feet. And all I did to modify it was put this stainless steel U-bolt, or shackle, sorry. Stainless steel shackle. And it's a decorative shackle. It doesn't have another end to it. And I Loctited it in. But I put this shackle right here so that I could put this alligator clip, or whatever you call this, from the other company. See that? Which is monogrammed, of course, with Lacey. And these unsnap on both sides to stick your poop bag in there. They work really great. And I really like that they hang vertically. I have another one that hangs horizontally, and I don't like it as much because this is kind of more streamlined. But this has more loops than this. And I think that makes it a little bit more feminine. Even though the choker is one loop, my wife likes that one better. So this is the one that she takes to work. This one is the one that I use. I think it's more masculine. It's got one loop. It's got a different kind of rivet thing. These are screwed in and they're Loctited from the Etsy seller. And I do need to put another coat of oil on this to get it darker. But this one has the same thing. This is actually a titanium because it's slightly wider. All of these are hand cut, and for whatever reason, this darker leash is slightly wider than this one. So I just bought the slightly wider shackle, which you can't even tell it's titanium, to hook the poop bag to. And of course, this one's got her name on it also. And then the black one has the multi-braid and, of course, the black choker, and it's got dog prints. I ordered all the dog print ones in black. And I bought the same black one to put on her leash that we use when we go on a walk, because then she can kind of roam further, about 25 feet. The reason why I love these in leather, we used to have one in webbing, is you can just put it right on her. Let me show you. So it just goes right on with one hand and you're ready to go. And when you yank down on it, it'll choke her, but it has a stopping point. And we went with the 1 inch, I think I mentioned this, so that it has more surface area on her neck and won't cut in. It probably wouldn't cut in at 3/4, but I like it to be a little bit bigger. And it gives it's a little more stout to get it on and off of her with one hand. Come here. Oh boy, now we're gonna get all excited. Oh, you know what she's doing? She's chasing the reflection of the camera lens. It makes a little dot on the floor, and now she's looking for it. She just she was just spayed, so that's where they cut her hair to hook the IV in. And I do have a full video on spading after her first heat. I'm not quite done with that video because I want to give it another couple weeks until she's completely healed before I post that video. So if you're interested in what it's like to have a 1-year-old dog spayed, stay tuned, subscribe. It'll be posted soon. Anyway, I hope that this video gave you a close enough view of these leashes to make a buying decision. They are so nice. And I don't, Catherine is so easy to communicate with. She responds really fast. I'm sure if I asked her to double braid like this, she would. I didn't want it. I wanted it just like this, but I'm sure that she would make you a matching set if you wanted. You send her the measurements. She does amazing communication. She'll put in custom store posts so you can just go in and pay. And these guys just label it, they monogram it, and that's it. They send it to you. It's a great quality thing, but there's really not a real use for communicating back and forth with them like I did with Catherine for the leashes. Just so happy with them. Anyway, I hope you like them too, and if you buy one from her, I know she would appreciate that, but I have not seen a better leash for a better price anywhere. And this is what I do when I'm bored. I obsess over things a bit, you may know, right? Here's what their shop looks like on Etsy. It's really great photography of their leashes. You can see the prices. They're, I think, very reasonable. You'll notice that a lot of them are just one only, last one, because they're handmade. And that's it. That's the only one that looks just like that. They've got great photography, like I mentioned. The pictures represent the product perfectly. I didn't know they had this little keychain thing. And they sell more than just dog stuff. They have jewelry. You can scroll through and see. And I didn't buy any of the jewelry, but I think it's pretty neat stuff. So if you're in the market for that, well, they sell that too. They're located in Maryland. And I want to show you this leash real quick and just show how their imagery compares to what you saw in the video. You really get what's pictured. I always like to check out reviews. They have great reviews. And here's a couple of the reviews that I did. I actually forgot that I didn't think that I would stumble upon these, but here they are. And here's one of my video reviews. They didn't give me any discount. There was a Black Friday deal, but they didn't even know that I have a YouTube channel when I was buying stuff from them. And this is company number 2, the little poop bags. They're made by Megan at Northwind, Team Northwind. They're in Minnesota, and these are great. This is another company. They had no idea that I have a YouTube channel. I bought this stuff. I think I paid full price, but it looks like they have a 10% coupon here. $21.45 plus whatever the extra fees are for customizing. I think you pay a little more for the foil, which I did not want. But again, fantastic. Fantastic company, great product, and fast shipping. Here's the shackles that I ordered off Amazon. This is just right screenshot from Amazon. These are the titanium ones. They're a little bit wider, like I mentioned, and they are not as gray looking as they look right here. I bought the polished one, and it looks much more silver than this. They were a little bit more expensive than the stainless ones. The stainless ones come in a 3-pack, and they are not prime anymore. I don't know why. I'm sure you could find them prime, but this was, right there, a little over $10 for 3. So you can't beat that. You do have to be very careful when you put the Loctite on and not get the Loctite on the leather. That will discolor it forever. And this is the oil I used to darken the poop bag. I love this oil. I've used it on other leather products. It does darken, and it's pretty forgiving. The more you apply it, the darker it'll get. It doesn't stay greasy. And last but not least, I did put a video clip in here of Loctiting this little thing on there. They come with the screwdriver, which is very cool. Every single one of them comes with a screwdriver. And you have to put the Loctite, or this is how I decided to do it. I put the Loctite down in the hole on the shackle, and then I tried to wipe it clean. And so essentially, there's only thread locker down in there. And this way, you don't get it all over the freaking place. You don't get it all over the leash, because if you get this on the leash, it'll act like oil and it'll leave a mark forever. It's a little tricky because you have to put the pin in. I decided to all I'm doing is just checking that to make sure it was tight. But you have to put the pin in kind of at the same time as you're holding it, and I realize that my hand is in the way. But you'll see what I mean here in a minute. There you go. Now, I had already kind of tested it a few times, but it takes a second to line it up on the other side. You'll see here in a minute.
And make it reasonably tight.
I don't think I have it yet. There we go. Nope. See? You got to kind of wiggle it and move it into place. You might even need to use the screwdriver to put some pressure on it to get it to snap into the hole, because it's hard to see because it's a decorative shackle and you can't see through the hole because there isn't one. And now I'm not showing it to you at all because I'm getting annoyed, and that's a great view of my hand. There we go. So now I have it lined up and it's screwing in, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Done. Pretty easy. And it provides a great little hook for your poop bag holder. And just in case you haven't seen enough, let's go ahead and dye this one. I'm sorry, oil it again, but at the same time, I want to give you a close-up without holding the camera, because I know some people get really annoyed that I hold the camera and it shakes all over the place. So you can see how it's just one cut, looped through, riveted. You've got the rough side and the smooth side, so it gives you some nice contrast. I'll show you the poop bag later. But this is where I shoved that through. That's the screw side. That's the flat side. And it's got a nice, generous, if you go like that, which I don't, I normally hold it like that. Really nice leather. And let's get to the business end here, right here. So same thing, that's what that looks like. This one's got a wear on it, a little bit of wear on it. This was the first one I got. You can see it's creasing right there. And that's from, pulling probably. But it's just a crease where the leather's buckling a bit. These clasps spin 360. And the chain is stainless. And all I did was give her the closed measurement off of a cheap one that that was working, that was the right size. I just gave her the inside diameter of the cheap one, and she made them perfect. And obviously she made me like 4 or 5 of them, and they're all basically the same. This one, as I mentioned, this is the natural, the other color that this company offers. And you can tell that I've oiled this one because this one has the, raw look to the edge, and this one is dark. Oil absorbs more there. But the main difference here is this braid, which is multi-braid. So as I mentioned, this looks more feminine to me, and this looks more masculine. But, to each their own. My wife sure likes it. And this was a perfect match right out of the box. I'll show you how I get the bag out. So both sides unsnap, I think. Maybe not. Nope, just the top unsnaps. And then you just pull the poop bag out. You gotta stick your finger back in here, and it comes out like that. And then it's a little bit of a pain to get in. What I do is roll it tight, and I roll this up like that. And then I stick this in first, like this, and pull that, and then I gotta grip it pretty tightly, but then I stick the poop bag in like that, and you're good to go. And then sometimes you have to put your finger under here to snap it, but that's it, you're in business. But we're gonna oil this real quick, so let's go ahead and get the poop bag out again. And oiling is really simple with this stuff. It comes with a little like PVC glue thing, and you don't need a lot of it. And you see right there how it's gonna darken it up even more. And I go ahead and oil the inside and the outside and all the edges and get it all up in there. Oiling does not seem to mess with the imprint of her name. And then because I really want this to get darker and absorb as much oil as possible, I'm just gonna stick this out in the sun for a little while before I wipe all the excess off. But as you could see, when we first started taking it apart, the oil dries completely. It does not leave an oily, you don't get oil on your hands, you don't get oil on the bags. And this oil washes off your hands pretty well with just soap and water. You know, it's pretty forgiving stuff. And anything that got into this mechanism, we'll just wipe it off. But I think I've gotten everything. Looks like there's a little bit in here. Probably don't really need to oil the inside, but why not? And then I'm gonna leave all this excess on here, and I'm gonna stick it out in the sun for today. And we'll see if I can't get it. I don't want to touch this leash because I like this color, but we'll see if we can't get it any closer. And let me lay this right here. There we go. Yeah, we are already getting closer, which is great. And here's the black one. This one has even more of a contrast between the inside and the outside, which I actually like. One of these days I may order the black leash. Well, in the single braid, black leash single braid, maybe someday. And I did nothing to the black poop bag. It's exactly as it came. And here's where I shoved through that shackle on this one. You know, this is probably actually my favorite one. Just, you can't go wrong with black. Oh, big yawn. Hey, come here. There we go. There we go. Very nice. I know, you're on the table. Let me just show you how it locks down. Just like that. Just like that. It'll stop her, but it won't choke her. You're a good girl. Say bye. Okay, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Let's go for a walk.